Once is an early reading program for pre-K and early elementary students. We help schools deliver one-on-one tutoring sessions that are 15 minutes daily and that are in person. We empower schools' existing support staff like aides, paras, and volunteers to deliver the high-impact tutoring that makes up the Once program. We provide them with a scripted curriculum that is rooted in the science of reading. We train them at the beginning of the year, and then we coach them throughout the year.
Many children come to a word they're unfamiliar with. Sometimes they'll look at the picture, right? Those old school ways of thinking, what we taught. But the ideas presented in Once is really getting the child, to be mindful, to put their finger on, to tap, to remember those sounds and all that practice. So I see them as trying to decode and go through the sounds a little bit more clearly than they would have. And then when they know it, or when they tell me like, Mrs. Ketty, I got this. Don't help me. Don't tell me. I think that's great, right? Because they know the skill, they know the strategy to use, and to see them apply it, it just, warms your heart.
The science of reading has come so far, but it's still very challenging to implement the kind of instruction that we now know students need. It requires teachers to be able to hear precise nuances of how individual students are producing sounds and to differentiate their response to each student. And that is incredibly difficult, even if they are working with a small group or even in the highest functioning classrooms. It's the same reason that it's easier for a violin teacher to teach a student one-on-one than it would be to teach a group of beginners at the same time. And that's why I started the Once Early Reading program, to try to extend the benefits of one-on-one instruction in early reading to as many students as possible. Here's an example. Watch this pre-K student who's just starting out in the Once program.
Feet. Sit.
Good.
Sit.
Try again.
That.
What's the sound? It's the same as there. You said it up there.
Now, watch her just 2 months later.
Is that bear mad?
Good.
No, it is sad. Sam said
What did Sam say?
that bear is sad.
Yeah. Good.
He can't hunt that
shark. Ready to see this?
Yeah. Oh my God.
That student's rapid growth shows the power of one-on-one instruction. At the pace that she's going, students can be reading at a mid-second grade level after using the Once program for only 1 school year, which is pretty incredible. Once instructors don't need to have any special expertise in teaching reading. They're able to get this kind of growth out of students because they're using a carefully scripted curriculum and because every instructional session is recorded. We have a national network of coaches who watch those videos, like the one you just saw, and lead a 30-minute personalized coaching meeting with every instructor each week.
How have sessions felt in terms of just the environment that you've been creating for the kids?
So now that I know exactly how to present this new cycle and say these phone names and read these words, it creates a good environment because they're able to feed off of me and say, oh, this is not how we say it's and
where do you think we should sort of navigate to help him get back on track with understanding where he's going to start and what he's actually going to build on with that word?
On the onset first.
Exactly. He knows the sound, so you doing that with him isn't giving anything away.
The next word is going to rhyme with am. What is it going to rhyme with? Go ahead. Yeah!
I hope you're as inspired as I am by what's possible through Once. The next step is to make it work at your school. There are 3 things we need to figure out together. 1, which students will receive Once. 2, who will instruct them. And 3, what whole class instruction will they miss while they're receiving Once. To make the program work, each Once instructor at your school would need to spend at least 3 hours per day delivering instruction to at least 10 students. That's tricky, and we know that. But we've helped many schools figure out the space, the scheduling, and the staffing to make this work, and we're eager to help you as well. And once it's running, it's magic.
And I picked up a student that She made very little progress in kindergarten, and in first grade, I had the opportunity to select her and invite her into my reading corner, and she began instruction. And the magic started to happen. She came consistently. She learned the sounds. She learned to segment. She learned to blend. She started to understanding the words. She created sentences. She started to apply them in stories, first short stories, then long stories. And as time went on, her classroom teacher came and saw me and asked me, "What are you doing?" "I see progress in the classroom." So the beginning of the year to January, she had made so much progress in 4 months. We were able to close the gap, what normally would take me a year with a student. Now we're at the second half of the year and is hitting grade level. This is what we can do for every single student.